Welcome back to News Channel 9 at 11. I'm Wyatt, Hosier, and tonight we're discussing a fairly controversial topic in the U.S., the death penalty. Now, tonight we have with us a proponent of capital punishment and an opponent. How are you both doing tonight?
Doing well, thank you.
Now, let's get right into it with a simple question. What is capital punishment?
Capital punishment is the death penalty. It's the act of legally murdering someone based on their crimes.
Now, do you support this or not?
No, sir, I do not.
Why exactly is it?
Well, to start, sir, I would like to say that the death penalty in its nature is a bit hypocritical. You take someone who is normally convicted of murder, and you murder them.
But how else would you deal with a criminal of that nature? With them dead, there's no chance of them killing again.
With the criminal life in prison, there's no chance of them killing again either.
Yes, but just murdering somebody has to be cheaper than sending them to prison for life.
Actually, that's false. In Florida, they did a study that showed that enforcing the death penalty cost $51 million more per year than it would have to send all the criminals to prison for life.
Even so, you must admit that if you knew that you would die, if you murdered somebody, you probably wouldn't murder that person.
Well, according to the 2014 FBI Uniform Crime Report, the South, which is responsible for 80% of death penalties, had the highest murder rate, whereas the Northeast, which is responsible for less than 1% of all deaths.
Sorry to interrupt, but I had a question. What penalties actually receive the death penalty? I know it's mostly murder, but do any smaller crimes receive it as well?
Well, I guess it varies depending on which state you're in. On the federal level, you can receive the death penalty for espionage, treason, trafficking of large quantities of drugs, and attempting, authorizing, or advising the killing of any officer, juror, or witness in cases involving continuing criminal enterprise, regardless of whether such killing actually occurs. Also, we have seen racial patterns in the death penalty. In 96% of states where there have been reviews of race in the death penalty, there was a pattern of either race of victim or race of defendant discrimination.
Wow, that's terrible.
I agree. And I think the best alternative to death penalty is life in prison without parole plus restitution.
But what about the victim's family? Wouldn't it be more comforting to them to know that the person who killed their loved one's dead?
In some cases, yes. But 61% of people that we surveyed would rather have a punishment that was not death. Also, the restitution of the family would force the criminal to pay a fine to the family. That would not replace their loss by any means, but maybe it could put a slight band-aid on it.
Well, I think that's about all the time we have tonight. Do any of you have any closing statements?
Yes, I do. Through all the facts that we presented tonight, I encourage you to do your own research before you come up with an opinion. The more educated you are, the better you will be to have your own opinions and live life in general. Thank you.
Well, that wraps up a nice segment. I'm Wyatt Hosier, and I hope you have a great night. Drive safely, folks.